Hi, this is my Beyond the Trail mountain diary entry on the 15th of January 2019, and let me introduce you to this incredible place where I'm standing right now. This is Cumidwell, the Lake Idwell. This is one of the most stunning and immediately accessible mountain areas in Snowdonia. Although it's the 15th of January, it's still really warm. It's about 12 Celsius here, but this time last year this place was covered in ice and snow. People were climbing waterfalls in phenomenal winter conditions, and this year it just hasn't arrived yet. However, the weather forecast is changing, and tonight, tomorrow and the following few days we're expecting some snow, and let's just hope that this is the arrival of 2019 Welsh Winter. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of the clothes that I take out with me in the mountains, the warm stuff, and how I pack my bag for a day of winter mountaineering. So I'll start off by looking at my layering system that I use for my body. And for me, one of the most important things when you're out in the mountains is regulating your temperature, especially in the winter. And certainly when you're on a long mountain day, you might be moving fast at times, moving slowly over long periods of time, or standing still, sitting still on a summit to have a break, and that's when you can get cold. So for me, I always start off with a nice warm and comfortable base layer. You can spend a lot of money on these, maybe up to 80 quid with a Helly Hansen, but I found this in Decathlon for £16 and it's absolutely brilliant. It's comfortable, it's warm, and it does exactly what I need. And for me, the next layer is always going to be a warm, comfortable, but lightweight mid layer. This top that I'm wearing now is made by Mountain Equipment, really nice. It's got a lovely micro fleece layer underneath, and even better, it's got a hood as well. So on those days where you're sitting on a belay or you're out sitting up on the summit, you just want to get a little bit more protection, you can zip up really nicely. For most of the year in Snowdonia, you can get by pretty well with a pair of light walking trousers, but I'd say for the winter, be prepared with something a little bit warmer, a little more protective. So something maybe with a soft shell material like the trousers I've got on now. For about £50 from Decathlon. They've got 4 pockets on them, really warm, very protective. They'll definitely keep out any light snow and light rain. And they've even got a hook on the front that will keep the trousers attached to your boot and prevent them riding up and getting snow up inside your ankles. So the next layer for me is an absolute essential in winter mountaineering. Don't get caught in the mountains without one. That's an insulated jacket, maybe down or synthetic, but these are really important for keeping your body heat in. And you can wear it whilst you're on the move on particularly cold days, or when you get somewhere like a summit or a ridge, or you're stopping for a break. Just get this on over your Gore-Tex, over your windstopper shell, and you'll suddenly feel the benefit of it and start to feel warm again. And actually, they don't have to cost a lot of money. This is made by Dare to Be. It only cost me £50. It takes absolutely no space in my rucksack. And finally, your outer layer. And for me, this is the one you really want to get right. And actually, you could probably see this as an investment, and you might need to set some money aside to get a jacket that costs a little bit more, but definitely find one that fits you well. Try a few on, go to a few different manufacturers, just get one that fits your body well, leaves enough space for your layers underneath, and very importantly, find one that's got a fabric that's breathable and waterproof, because that's going to help you by keeping your warmth in, keeping moisture out, and helping all of those other layers do their job. This jacket from Mountain Equipment is called a Changabang. You don't need to go as far as buying a jacket like this, but I would say if you get it right, your jacket will serve you well and last you a few years. So I'm going to finish off now just with a quick look at how I pack for a day out in the mountains in the winter. This is a great little pack, 25 litres, very light, by Exped. It's called Summit Light. I found that earlier this year for £20, reduced from 40, and it's so light you hardly even know it's on your back. The first thing I'd say is when you're coming out in the mountains expecting bad weather, use a waterproof rucksack liner, get that in there, and then everything is going to stay dry as you need it. So looking at the priority of things that as I might need them when I'm on the mountain, the first thing is going to be my insulated jacket, my down jacket, which I showed you earlier. That's in the top. And still thinking about bad weather and protection, the next thing is going to be waterproof trousers. If you're not expecting rain, go with something fairly light. If you're expecting a long day in the rain, go with something a bit heavier. Now, of course, absolute essential, your map. You'll have your compass tucked away in your jacket. Make sure it's either a waterproof map or in a cover. And when I'm in the mountains in the winter, I actually wear a few different pairs of gloves. And my recommendation is have a really light and thin pair like this, just for when you're on the move. And then when things get a little bit chillier, have a mid-weight pair. Now you can spend a lot of money on gloves, over £100 sometimes. But actually, get these in Aldi for £5. Start thinking about gloves as maybe a little more disposable rather than thinking you'll get a few seasons out of them. And these are biking gloves, £5, they're waterproof and they're warm. I've been snowboarding in them and actually they were brilliant. On much colder days, go for something that's a little higher up in the range, and these gloves, the Icefall from Ram, have done me well for a few seasons. Have a buff or a snood. And something I've been enjoying is actually a pair of mittens. These are Gore-Tex ex-army mittens. Got these for about £3. So you can see that I'm not having to spend a lot of money just to stay warm and dry. Take a flask, a warm drink. I love a bit of coffee. And then, I'm not needing these today, but a pair of gaiters. If it's snowy, gaiters are really going to make you very comfortable. And then, really importantly, and you might have this higher up your bag, but you hope not to use it, your first aid kit. So that gives you some idea of how I prepare for a day in the mountains. And I've said that winter's arriving, and actually as I look up to the summit of Garn now, the weather's already closing in. It's still quite warm, but what I'm hoping for, this is going to turn into ice, this is going to turn into snow, and we're in for a good winter. I do hope so. If not, bring on the summer.